This is 10-0.
Chris Hansen here of Hansen versus Predators. To catch a predator and have a seat with Chris Hansen, I'm going to need all of you to have a seat right over there and listen to the 10-0 podcast.
Hey, what do you say? My Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Google Plus, your sister's ass, the pony's present. Big D Potato here. No, it's Kevin Hart. Cole, who's Cole? Tom and Cole. Cole, who the fuck? See, Cole. See how Michael and Tom have nice, simple, classic names? Cole? Whatever.
So, Mike, Tom. I hear you started, three of you started this 10-0 podcast on Spotify. And you guys have discussed Bloodsport at length.
Master Grant here with a special message for everyone over there at the 10-0 podcast on Spotify. Specifically, I wanted to talk to Tom. I understand you have an unhealthy obsession with Jean-Claude Van Damme. You think that he can beat anybody in a fight. Not true. His Belgian title that he came over here is worth about as much as a Belgian waffle.
Welcome to the 10-0 podcast. If you are easily offended, hate movies, etc., you can fuck off.
Give it up for the 6 titties that run this show. Mike, Tom, Cole. Come on, y'all. Let's go.
Okay.
So The Game Changers is a really good show. If you haven't seen it yet.
We're just fucking getting right into it, aren't we? We're just getting right into it.
It's a really good show, and it's
Just
about
getting right into it.
athletes that
Okay.
go plant-based.
All right. Yeah.
And
It's fucking
Dude, I mean-
right into it.
I mean, I watched it, and I went plant-based for a year, and I felt great. Tom gave me a lot of shit,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. And now
so Tom watched that show, and apparently he's now
I'm not
Full on
100%.
bacon.
I'm not
He's vegan.
100%. I'm not.
he's
I
wearing
just
like
had a
clothes
fucking
that are made
steak
out of
before
hemp
I
and
came.
shit.
I just had a fucking steak before I came here.
Did you not tell me 2 nights ago that you were now going plant-based?
Okay.
He bought a hybrid.
So I'm not going to lie.
It's
Yes,
easy,
I
yes or
did
no?
say I'm going plant-based, but I'm not giving up meat entirely. I'm going to have meat 2 to 3 times a week, and everything else, I'm going to try to get most of my protein and
from
everything from plants.
Okay.
Yeah.
So black bean burgers are in.
It was good, fresh.
What did it have on it again?
It was good, fresh.
What did it have on it?
It had avocado, which I fucking love.
Avocado's good.
Cilantro, which is good.
Right.
And that was it. And a portobello mushroom, which I fucking love mushrooms.
Okay.
So it's all stuff I like. And then baked beans too.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, welcome. Dave, thanks for coming and hanging out,
Absolutely.
talking football tonight. Tommy, how are we looking with the boys?
Well, we got Dak back. He's healthy, which is good. In case anyone hasn't noticed.
I saw he was taking snaps again,
He is.
and he's throwing.
He's throwing. He didn't play any of the preseason games, but that was more of a cautionary instead of, getting him in there and risking that shoulder strain. The ankle's fine. There's no issues with the ankle that he completely destroyed last year. So that's completely normal.
I saw that he had actually 2 surgeries on that ankle. I thought
He
it was
did.
the one.
Because of the injuries that he had previously, they went back in to clean up some more, which it wasn't a surgery that was necessary because of the break. It was a surgery that was going to help him recover and get stronger and stay stronger.
How'd he break it?
I don't know, some Giants defender just back on.
I had no idea.
Yeah. No, it was a nasty fucking break.
Okay.
And we got CeeDee Lamb and I can't remember his name.
Amari Cooper.
No, well, Murray, but CeeDee Lamb and I think Demonte Kazee off the COVID-19 list.
Oh,
so they're
yeah.
back. So they're off that. So they'll be playing on Thursday against the Tom Brady and the Bucks.
That's the
is good.
opener.
Yes, next Thursday.
No, yeah, that's right.
Do we have a bet on that?
We don't.
Oh.
Should we?
Should we do it right now?
Should we have a bet
right now? Yeah.
Should we have a bet?
We should.
So are we just doing like a straight up bet, or are we doing?
No, I'll give you the points.
Are we doing like a Davey points? Because I know
I'll give you the
you're
points.
the
Vegas
guy.
gives you points. Let me check the line right now.
Check it right now. See what it is. Does it matter like from this point, or do you have to get closer? Does it
No,
change?
we're just going to make the agreement right now.
Okay, so from this point.
Yep, this point on.
So it's locked in.
Yep.
Now
And Tom can't back out because it's on
the air.
You're getting 7 points.
So they say that the Bucks are going to win by 7.
That's correct.
Fuck them.
I got Cowboys by 10.
Oh, whoa. Hang on. So how are we doing this now?
I don't try to take anybody. I don't try to make it.
So are we doing like
if you
we
guys
have
lose,
to give an actual number, or are we just doing win loss?
No, it's just win loss. Plus you get
Plus
plus 7.
We get the 7
Yeah, you get
from
the
you.
7. Yeah.
What's the bet?
What do you want?
Well, there's a lot of things I want.
Yeah. We can do a bottle. We can do money. We can do.
Tom has to have his butthole waxed.
Yeah.
No, Cole does.
Well, that's already happening.
We can do cover a shift.
Ooh.
That's a heavy bet.
Yeah, we can do whatever you want.
That is a heavy bet.
I like that.
I
bet.
prefer a bottle.
All right. So call it what bottle?
Anything. What do you mean? What bottle? Like we giving a brand?
Yeah. Or what we can do is just say you want a $30 bottle or you want a $40 bottle. Whatever you want.
Anything under 50. 50 and under. 50's cap.
Well, no, because I can get you an $8 bottle.
Yes, you should have.
Oh, that's true.
You should have a minimum.
Do a $40 bottle.
Yep.
$40 bottle.
All right. Sounds great.
Tax? With tax or no tax?
Doesn't matter. $40 bottle. And do we have 2 of them or we just have 1?
So 2.
I'll throw in on that.
Yeah. I despise Brady. So it's a good payout if I lose as well, if I win.
Yeah. Well, I despise Brady as well.
Yeah. Why despise Brady?
I despise Brady because he beat my Chiefs last year in the Super Bowl. He's still the GOAT, but I still despise him.
No.
I don't care what you say.
Yeah,
no.
I
who's
hate
the
guy.
GOAT?
No.
Who's the GOAT?
There is no GOAT.
There's always a GOAT.
There is no GOAT. If there is a GOAT, it would be Jason Witten. But
why are you wearing a Dalton shirt? Dalton Schultz.
This isn't Dalton Schultz. It's 82. It's Jason Witten.
Okay.
Just get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Tom Brady is the greatest of his time. I will give him that.
And it's currently
this is an argument that I have been talking about for years now. Ever since they said he was the greatest of all time. He is not the greatest of all time. He is the greatest of his time. Because the game of football has fucking changed so much that it protects quarterbacks and it's a more offensive friendly fucking league now. If you put Tom Brady in the pocket in the 1970s or the 1980s or even the fucking 90s.
Oh, the 80s, he gets killed.
There's no way. There's no way he survives over 20 fucking years and accumulates all of these stats and all these Super Bowls that he's won. There's no fucking way.
How many years do you think Tom Brady's played in the league?
What is he at? Like 20?
21, I think.
So you just said if he survived for 20 fucking years.
There's no way he would have survived for 20 years.
If he started back in the 70s.
If he started back then. If he was playing in that era. If he was playing football in that era when they actually allowed tackling, which I'm pretty sure football is all about tackling, right? Hitting the quarterback.
So LT would have smoked him.
Yeah,
Yep.
Absolutely. He would have ended his career. There's no way. He's the greatest of his time. But you put Tom Brady and his pansy little ass in the pocket, 20 some odd, what? He came in
90s, right?
2000,
99.
2001, 99. He started in what? 01 or 2000?
He went undrafted in 99.
After Drew got hurt.
Didn't he?
Yeah. You put him back in the 70s and 80s, there's no way he can. Joe Montana.
2000.
Joe Montana, I would argue is a better quarterback
It's very handy.
than Tom Brady.
You can fact check this.
Yeah, 2000.
I would give Joe Montana go over fucking Tom Brady any day.
Have you seen his combine videos?
No.
Tom Brady?
Tom Brady? Oh yeah. Yeah. He's a sloth.
It's fucking. It's
He's a
almost,
sloth.
It's almost wild that he's now in the position he's in after watching those.
I mean, he's I'm not saying he's not great. Like he dedicates his life to his job, which is I commend that. He's a great football player. He's a great quarterback. He's one of the best ever. He's not the greatest.
I think the only Giants fan in the room was actually the only one that can talk about Tom Brady not being the greatest because
Eli Manning has the better of him twice. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Ooh.
And that was the only 2 times that I rooted for the Giants in my entire life. And I only rooted for the Eagles once in my entire life. So Tom Brady can't beat the NFC East.
You were rooting for the Pats that one time.
The first one?
Up in the...
Was it the first or the second one?
No,
up in Lower Canada.
We never rooted. I mean, I'm going to say I never rooted for the Pats.
At Scotty's, yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Oh no, you're right.
You were too because you were yelling
right,
for it.
we did.
It's on video.
We did. He's right.
Wow.
I think it was
we really hated the Giants.
The first, yeah.
We just wanted
That's
the
fair
Giants
enough.
to lose.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so I rooted
I
for
won't-
the Giants once and the Eagles once.
Okay.
I can't stand watching. Like I just couldn't stand the Giants then, and watching a quarterback that looked like he should wear a helmet 24/7.
But he still made it into the
Actually-
Super Bowl. How many times? Yeah. And Romo did how many?
Did he?
Oh,
did
don't
he?
fuck yourself.
Don't fucking start with me
How many?
on Romo.
How many did he do? I forget.
This is on camera, right?
Yeah.
All he had to do is this. Right?
I forget how many. Yeah.
That's all he had to do.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
It was a bad snap. Laces in, Dan.
Laces in.
So the Cowboys.
Laces in, going out. Laces out, going in.
I understand the NFC East hate because I won't repeat what I said to Tom the other night.
Why not?
Well, because he told me I was very harsh, and if Tom thinks it's harsh, I probably should reevaluate what
No.
I said. I was talking about
He's plant based now, so he's more sensitive.
Yeah, well, he's more sensitive now. So I was talking about the AFC West and about Vegas, Chargers, and Broncos, and I said if their planes crashed, I wouldn't shed a tear.
Well, the only reason I said that's harsh is because anytime that you swear on anything, it's I swear on the Chiefs plane crash.
Correct. Then you know I'm telling the truth.
Right.
Yeah.
You know you're telling the truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's harsh. Like to have an entire football team's plane crash.
If you hate him, you hate him.
Yeah. Well,
It's true.
so in case anyone hasn't realized now,
First, second, and
Davey's
third
a
strings are on the
Chiefs
same
fan.
plane.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So they all go.
They all go. Yeah. See,
And the coaches.
he understands.
Yeah.
I don't care about the coaches. They're not on the field every day, every Sunday.
They're the ones coaching though.
They said they're not playing.
How'd you get into the Chiefs?
I lived out in Lee Summit, Missouri I grew up, I was born in Ohio. I got adopted in Ohio, moved to Oklahoma. So I became a Sooners fan. It was the first major sporting event I ever went to. And then picked up the Buckeyes just because that was my hometown. Then I moved out to Missouri and we had season tickets to the Royals and the Chiefs the whole complex was, 15 minutes from my house. So we were there often and I just fell in love with them. So I waited, I was probably 45 years for a Super Bowl. And I went 2 years ago to Miami and
I was just going to
watch them beat San Fran. And I skipped last year, which is okay. But I won't skip another one, obviously.
That's because you weren't there.
Probably correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You're very superstitious.
I was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just like me.
All right.
So, well, we're actually closer than you think in regards to football teams because the current
started
the current Dallas Cowboys team used to be Kansas City Chiefs until they moved to Dallas.
Yep.
Fun
That was before you were born,
fact.
though, so
Yeah, well, of course it was.
Yeah.
But still, it was before you were born too.
probably.
When was that?
It was back in 1960
Yeah.
when the Cowboys were established.
Was it?
So, yeah.
I was born in 66. So
Damn.
the old man here.
Still look good though.
A lot of pain and suffering through the years for the Chiefs, but our future is bright.
Hey, I've had 20 how many years?
yeah.
How many years now? 20,
96,
25, 26 years.
26.
96 was the last one.
Well, 95 season, but 96, yeah, they beat the Steelers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
With McDonald as the backup.
Yeah, I've gone from being disappointed if we don't make the playoffs now to being disappointed if we don't win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, 96.
96.
Is what it is.
So 96, that's what, 26 years?
25.
That's what I said.
Good math.
I'm not a fucking math major.
Wow.
Damn.
I was 22 years old.
I was 12.
Shit.
I was 13.
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember that game.
I do too. I had a bet with my dad because my dad's a huge Steelers fan, like diehard Steelers fan. And I had, ever since like the early 90s, I was rooting for the Cowboys because they won it in 92. They won it in 93. So my dad was like really obviously pissed off about it.
I don't blame him.
So when they played the Steelers in the Super Bowl, he's like, we made a deal. We made a bet. And it was if the Cowboys win, he would accept the fact that I'm a Cowboys fan. But if the Steelers won, I would have to convert and be a Steelers fan.
Ooh.
And I said, I'll take it. Cowboys won. he didn't realize that his starting quarterback, was going to get injured, and McDonald would be the fucking starting quarterback for the Steelers. But
that would have saved us a lot of arguments.
Mm-hmm.
No, because I'd probably be even more annoying because the Steelers actually have more Super Bowl rings than the Cowboys do.
Yeah,
they have 6.
True.
So
True.
I'd probably be more annoying. So I probably saved you. Yeah.
I don't know if Tom's told you, but my daughter has grown up to be a Cowboys fan.
Really?
I'm so sorry.
I was saving that for this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for your loss.
She's a smart girl. Very smart. Very intelligent woman.
Amazing.
Very smart.
I would take her to all my fantasy drafts, and for the last 15, 16 years, when she was 2, 3, 4 years old, and I have a couple of other friends that are Cowboys fans. They're obviously not very smart, but they're a few of my friends.
Right.
And
fired.
so she loved hanging out with them, and she became a Cowboys fan, which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Both my boys, I got twin boys, and they're both Chiefs fans, so that is important.
Tom, you want to hook me up, buddy? Thanks, fella.
All right, so I was hoping. I love this. These NFL, the mic'd up moments.
Yep. Or the bad lip readings. Those are good
The
too.
bad lip readings are funny too. But I like some of this. This is one of the funniest mic'd up moments. And I checked some of this out. I thought it was pretty good. I'm going to be screaming that for days.
We watched this the other night.
Yeah.
That's one big boy. Good hit, girl.
Gibson's going to be a superstar in this league.
Oh, God.
What is this?
You don't have ad blocker.
Ad blocker. I don't have
Subscribe.
ad blocker. So stupid.
Skip the ad. Oh. Roethlisberger.
He's a
Roethlisberger.
huge asshole.
Fucking huck it, chuck it, football.
Roethlisberger.
Oof.
John, I got fucked up.
If that was Tom Brady, he'd get a
Was that your
flag.
4 highlights for last year?
Huh?
Was that your 4 highlights on the Giants last
Yeah.
year? Yeah.
I fucking love this shit.
Swear DK got you.
Yeah.
DK got him.
Yeah.
Man.
He's fast. There's Frogger. Did his voice just crack?
Yeah.
It did. Yeah.
No, they zapped out a swear. Don't hate Tom.
Fucking masks. Dude.
Back up. He can put on a mask as good as he throws a pass.
There's no COVID on the field.
No.
They're safe.
Look at that.
Dak.
Oh. I fucking love that shit. I think that's some of the
You know what I
funniest
used to
stuff out
love was NFL bloopers. They used to do that back in the 90s. NFL bloopers. I don't think they do it like that anymore, do they?
there. I don't think so. And
I
that's,
haven't
that's
seen,
like
it was an actual like fucking series. Like it was like
Really?
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I think so.
No.
yeah, they used to do it. It was called
oh yeah,
NFL
they
bloopers.
put it on a VHS.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I remember that.
I just remember
Yeah,
Terry Tate,
All the office line.
office linebacker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fucking where it was at. Jesus Christ.
So the one thing that I will say is, you know, in today's NFL is fantasy football. I have no fucking idea what fantasy football like because I'm so focused on the Cowboys. You know, I mean, I watch other games and I watch other players, but I don't like watch their stats. And from what I understand is that fantasy football is all stats
Yes.
because you can like, well, for instance, Davey, who hates me and hates the Cowboys.
That's not true.
No, it is
Either one of them.
Yeah, it is. Would take Dak Prescott as a quarterback because he puts up good stats. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Now, why is that? Explain this to me. Explain this whole like theory.
If you're going to be a fantasy football player or any fantasy sport, doesn't matter what it is. If you're in it to make money, and I certainly try to make money off of it, you can't be. I mean, if the Cowboys were playing the Chiefs, I would always root for the Chiefs to win, period. Doesn't matter who they're playing. It doesn't matter where I'm at in the fantasy week, whatever else. But would I mind seeing a game where the Chiefs won 50-47? Absolutely not, because Dak would have put up great numbers. That would help my fantasy, and I would be very satisfied with the week because the Chiefs won. Granted, on Monday morning, I would be not very happy with my Chiefs defense in a personal aspect of it, but it has nothing to do with fantasy because I wouldn't pick the Chiefs as a fantasy football defense. So if you're going to play fantasy sports, I play fantasy baseball. I'm in 2 leagues. Fantasy football, I'll be in 4 this year. I'm usually in 4 or 5. And fantasy hockey, I play.
Hockey.
I'm usually in 2 of those. Football is a little bit unique because it's such a passionate game for the sports fan of your team. And a lot of people cannot separate their feelings for their teammates, their team's players, than they can for just trying to be good on that Sunday to make a victory for your fantasy football team. So
pick, like for me, picking Saquon Barkley as my running back and wanting him to do well,
to excel that
Right,
week. Yes.
right.
I mean, because you're only playing the Giants twice a year. So what that day you hope Saquon runs for 120, 3 touchdowns, but you guys win 42-28.
but I want him to lose. I want them to lose every game every year.
You can still want them to lose.
Yeah, but you still want them to.
It's
you
all
still-
about
yeah.
the
Still want the
player.
player.
It's all about the player
Right, so-
or the defense, right? Because
Yeah,
it goes. So how do you?
No offense, but no one's taking the Giants defense this year. They're going to go undrafted. And Cowboys defense might go undrafted as well.
Shut up.
I mean, it just probably
Y'all don't know. Y'all don't. See, there's the passion, right? Is that I could never do fantasy. I could never do fantasy.
10 or top 12 defense, so you're not going to go draft. You may get on a week where the team has a bye week.
So how does the draft work? Do you only do like one round, or how many rounds of drafting do you do?
No, typically you have a quarterback that's in your starting lineup. You'll have 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers.
You only get one quarterback.
When Tom doesn't interrupt me, I'll explain the whole entire roster. Again, your starting lineup is a quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers. You get a flex position, which you can use as a tight end, running back, or wide receiver, and you get a tight end position.
So 3 running backs.
Possibly. Then you get a defense and you get a kicker. That's your starting lineup every week. Then you get like probably 6, 7 bench positions, depending on what the commissioner wants to do for how many bench positions you have. Then you can have some injury positions, etc. Someone starts the year on the PUP or the physically unable to perform list. Some leagues have that, some don't. Some have an IL. So, someone's out for a week or 2 weeks. You can put them on there and pick up another player to replace them.
Illness.
That's for injury.
You
So-
said IL.
I felt like that would have been illness.
His
So-
testosterone is really low right
Yeah.
now. Because he's just on
It's
just plant-based.
okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just leave your man card on the table.
Yeah, you know where I'm going to leave it.
Yeah.
Bend over and I'll show you where I'll leave it.
So there are several different platforms you can use for fantasy. I mean, you got ESPN has one, Yahoo, CBS we used to use. A lot of them cost money, a lot of them don't. Typically, everybody's on Yahoo because they're kind of the innovator of the whole thing, and they keep improving. So, and it's free for everybody in the world. So, but yeah, it's you just got to be able to put out your biases against other teams to play fantasy football. Like we have a friend that used to play in our league, and he took, Darnold as his first. He's a Jets fan.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
And like first 4 picks are Jets. Obviously he's never going to succeed at fantasy football, but he does it for fun and he just wants to root for his team.
Suck.
So I'm in various leagues. I'm in a $25 league. I'm in a $50 league, $100 league, a $300 league, and a $200 league. So if it's a $25 league, I may take more Chiefs players just because I want to be able to root for my team. But that money is meaning nothing. The $300 league, the winner gets 70% of that pot. So that league, you got to throw all those biases out. I'm fortunate enough that, there's 3 or 4 Chiefs that are going to be going in the top 20 picks on a fantasy football. So if I choose to take them, that's great. I can still root for them. But the fact of the matter is, if there's someone better at that point in time and my chief player is 3 or 4 places down where I think he's going to finish, I'm not even going to consider taking the Chiefs because that's for value. And when you're taking fantasy sports, any sport it is, you have to draft for value. You can't draft for what you like and what you don't like. So
I would say the Chiefs, the 3 or 4 Chiefs, I'm going to go 3. Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill.
it's Kels now, but yes.
Oh, it's Kels now?
Yeah, but you got Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who
I've never heard of her.
This is what I got to put up with all the time.
He's been waiting for that.
Yeah.
It was all that build up for that.
Clyde Edwards is going in the 2nd round in most drafts. So he's going in
That's your running back.
That's running back.
Yeah.
He's going in the top 20 on pretty much every draft out there. Now, last year, he ended up getting hurt later in the year. They didn't utilize him last year because they had no OTAs.
Nobody did.
Right. But he didn't get the full playbook.
He was a rookie last year, right?
Yeah, rookie last year out of LSU. And this year he's going to have a lot more pass receptions, things like that. So his value goes up. And with fantasy, I mean, you look at these leagues and you have to adjust your draft with if it's a PPR league, which is a point per reception league, or it's not. And the value of the position players come into play with all those leagues. So, a PPR league, your receivers are going to be great. I mean, you take a guy like Zeke, because we're talking about a guy like Saquon. Those guys are all top 10 players in pretty much any fantasy draft. Now, Saquon has the unfortunate distinction about not staying healthy.
And a shitty O-line.
Correct. And no offense, but not a
Don't say no offense.
high caliber quarterback. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So you did upgrade your receiving core this year. So hopefully that will open up room for Saquon to succeed more. Because you're going to have to, you got Shepard, you got, who's the new guy? Not Galloway. The guy that came over from Detroit.
Oh, Tate?
No, Golden Tate was there last
He's
year.
been there for years. Yeah.
They got a stud this. It is Galladay. They got a stud this year.
Oh, they got Galladay this
They
year?
got Galladay. And you got Shepard, Galladay, and one other receiver.
Well, you still got Tate too, right? He's still there.
I don't know if he's still there or not. You had a
I thought he was. I'm pretty sure.
Galladay, right? So it should open up more room for Saquon to run if he can stay healthy. And
when you have that passing the game,
right?
They definitely they don't load the box as much because they have to cover the
I will tell you that the other night we were watching the same videos we were watching, and we had Daniel Jones running down the middle of the field and he falls down by himself. So he's like,
it happens.
That was the greatest thing ever. I felt bad for him.
Yeah. I didn't.
Yeah,
I laughed.
So,
I just want to real quick. So we have a comment here about somebody saying that they see Jean-Claude Van Damme, and we're talking about football.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me just put this.
Here we go.
Let me say this, okay?
I don't care what the comment was.
I think that
it's right there.
I think with Jean-Claude Van Damme's kicking ability, the power in his legs, and his balance,
dude, he wouldn't kick it far at all.
I think Jean-Claude Van Damme could probably kick a 70-yard field goal and nail it down the fucking center.
20 yards.
Jean-Claude can only kick shin and a post in a movie.
Jean-Claude, if you're listening right now, I want you to do me a favor. I know you're not listening. I know you don't know who I am.
Don't cut the coke nail.
I want you to do me a favor. All right.
Don't make another movie.
He he has a series on Netflix now.
I know. He does.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we watched The Last Mercenary.
No,
started watching.
Did you?
We started watching it, and he turned it off.
And then you realize it sucks.
My favorite, if he's listening, if he ever hears this or whatever, I want him to kick a field goal. And
I've reached out to his manager.
I know you have. Yeah. I know you have. But I really think that he could kick. I think he could kick field goals. I think he could probably. I'd like to see him in a Cowboys uniform.
Yeah, John, I think he would kick that fucking.
So you want to dress him up now? So you want to see Jean-Claude dressed up now?
I mean, I've seen Jean-Claude dressed up a lot. So
you need more meat in your diet.
Yeah.
Oh my God, here we go. Here we fucking go.
Fodder in tonight.
Here we go. I had a fucking steak before I came over here, just so you know.
Yeah.
Ribeye.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Black bean burger last night.
Yeah, black bean.
The other night, I had a steak last night too. So
salad.
So you're just telling people that you're plant-based. You're not.
No,
really plant-based.
I'm not going.
That's
okay,
even
so
worse. That's even worse.
I misspoke when I said I'm going plant-based. I'm going to try. I'm trying.
What did he say to you exactly?
Jesus Christ!
Exactly. He said, "I'm going plant-based," and I think that was admitted.
Okay,
it was admitted.
Yeah.
I misspoke.
So he's going.
I misspoke. I apologize.
Apologize to me for.
You're apologizing a lot tonight.
Whatever. Can we get back to fucking?
Okay, sorry.
So
I have a question. So let's say. So next Thursday, you got the Bucks and the Cowboys playing.
Correct.
So for that game, so you're drafting for the whole year, right?
Correct.
Okay, so it's not game by game. You're drafting. Your team is the entire year, unless someone gets injured.
Are there trades?
Or
yeah, if someone's willing to trade with you, yes.
Okay. So unless someone gets injured, traded, or if you want to trade, that's your team.
It is. I mean, one of the other factors you have to deal with when you're drafting is your bye weeks. So they're listed on pretty much the side of every name that you draft, every list that you look at when you're doing a draft. So you don't want to draft. I think Cowboys bye week is week 7.
I actually haven't looked at their schedule this year.
It may not be. But I don't want 5 players on my team that have their bye week on week 7.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because then you're not getting points.
So you're going to have to move a lot of people from the waiver wire, which is the other list of players that never got drafted for your team, all the way up into your lineup, and you're gonna have to drop players that you actually want to keep. So when you're going through your draft, if you have, let's say I draft Mahomes and trying to think what I would actually normally get. Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, let's say. Because then I can double up because Mahomes gets points, Tyreek gets points every time they throw a touchdown or every time they throw yards. I'm not going to draft another Chief because that's going to give me 3 players that for that week on their bye week, I'm going to have to sit in my lineup. So if I don't have players to cover those positions, I'm going to have to bring players up and drop players that I actually want to keep. And hopefully they stay there until the waiver wire clears and I can bring them back into my lineup. So you have to factor in the bye weeks for when you're drafting.
So can you just bench players like for one game?
You can bench players. Yep. But if you don't have enough to fill your lineup, you're not going to do that because you're going to get 0 points. So,
see, this is too confusing for me. This is why I don't do fantasy.
I'm picking
it's not. Really
it's not too confusing, but it seems like too much work. Like I just want to sit down, have a beer, and watch the fucking game.
May I make a proposal?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. There's 4 people here, right? There's 4 people.
He does that.
Yeah, there's 4 people here.
It's going to smell like broccoli.
I think we have enough time if we get 6 of your fans that want to do even a fun league for 1 year to get everybody educated. We could do a 10-team league. We could do a 12-team league if you have 8 fans that actually want to participate.
I don't think we have 8.
Yeah, well, I understand. But then we could do a fantasy league, and you guys could all practice this year, and you would understand it for next year. And if you enjoy it, great. Then you do a money league. If you don't enjoy it, then next year you don't play. You could definitely do that.
I think we should try to, after the show, get the people together to do a draft and do the league. Go ahead, sir.
Whoever wins the league wins an NFT.
Ooh, there you go.
There you go.
Whatever. Yeah.
What is an NFT?
A non-fungible token is what it stands for. And the Great Ape Society.
It comes from Krypton?
Krypton, yes. It comes from Krypton.
Planet Krypton.
Superman brought it down.
Yes.
So real quick, it's a non-fungible token. It's backed by Ethereum, and it was actually donated to us by the Great Ape Society. It's worth $271 as it sits right now. So we can give that away to a viewer.
Yep.
Now, if we run this league, the winner, we can give that token to.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what I'm going to do with a fucking picture of an ape, but
you can sell it.
It's a pretty cool picture, actually. It
you
would
can
actually,
sell it.
it's something that I would hang up
Apes
in
are
here.
amazing.
You can sell
Apes are amazing creatures.
Yep.
They're unbelievable.
You know what apes are?
They also
They
are
have actually
plant-based.
more empathy than you do.
Apes are plant-based.
They are
They are
plant-based.
plant-based. Yeah.
Apes are plant-based.
And he actually brought up apes the other night.
Gorillas.
Gorillas. He brought up gorillas. Yeah,
yes.
that gorillas could rip somebody apart.
It's because
they're plant-based, so that's what his
It's
goal
because
is.
I watch Game Changers.
Yeah, so that's what his goal is.
Mhm.
And you like having bananas in your mouth.
But if it's something you guys want to do, I have no problem setting up. I'm very versed in the commissioner aspect of it. I can set it up however anybody wants, and we could do it. And it would be just a fun thing. And we could
No money in.
no money in.
Money
Give
out.
you guys a topic to talk about every week and bust Tom's balls because he has no idea and he's in last place every week.
Oh, he's a moron.
Yeah,
It's not going to happen.
So, but it's something easy I could do for you, and we could do it. And
Let's do it.
Get the other
Yeah.
fans and
Yeah.
make it happen, and
That's a great
then your
idea.
knowledge base increases. So
That's a great idea.
Okay. So
I
we'll
like
put
that.
something
I
up
like it.
on our social
Yeah, we'll
media
do
about
we'll do it.
Yep. Cool. So winner gets a $271 non-fungible
the
token
monkey painting. Okay, so
of an ape.
next Thursday, I am, as much as it pains me to say this, if I wanted the most points out of that game, the Cowboys
Ooh, I like this. Yeah.
Tampa Bay game, I would want Brady as my quarterback.
no. I mean, you may end up losing points because Brady may have a great game because Dallas secondary is suspect. Let's say
You want Tampa's defense.
the primary positions that you want for those two teams, you're going to want Dak over Brady just because he's going to put up more points, fantasy points.
Okay.
You may not get the victory, but you got to throw victories out the window when you're playing fantasy sports.
Okay.
So Dak will probably put up more points if he's healthy.
He is.
If he's healthy. Zeke is a great running back. You don't want any Tampa Bay's running back because they're running back by committee.
Right.
They have like 4 of them that they're going to use. For Tampa Bay, they have a really good wide receiver core with Antonio Brown.
Is he out of jail now? Or
Yeah, he
Yes.
never went to jail. But Dallas core, if CD healthy,
yes.
so he may be one you want to pick up. Zeke is always a beast. He had a down year last year, but from everything I'm reading and doing, he's probably the 4th running back off the board this year for the entire league. So he's definitely someone you want to put in your lineup. Even though Tampa's defense is stout. I mean, they really are. If you're going to take a team defense, Tampa, like I said, they're probably the number 1 and number 2 for fantasy points this year. Godwin for Tampa Bay is probably their number 1 receiver. Mike Evans is there as well, and Antonio Brown. So the receiving core is difficult. And Brady's one of those quarterbacks that he doesn't care who you are. If you're open, he's going to throw you the ball. So if Dallas decides they want to double Godwin, which you can't predict when you're going there, each week the whatever format you're using, whether it's Yahoo, CBS, ESPN, will say what the projected points are for, like, Chris Godwin. Let's say he's projected to get 17 points this week. Zeke is projected to get 22 or 23 points. Dak 30. So you can go off those if you just want to go off the players that, like, Yahoo projects you to get for more points. That's fine. You're gonna be successful that way. If you have a feeling that Tom is gonna have a better week than Dak, and you have both of them on your lineup, you want to throw Tom in, do it. That's just, the problem is the scoring comes down to decimal points. If Tom is projected to get 24 points and Dak's projected to 30, but you have a feeling with Tom, and he only puts up 28 and Dak puts up 32 and you lose by 2 points, well, it's kind of on you. So
I this is now makes more sense to me, but now at the same time, it's like the most challenging thing now to me is going to be like, who the fuck do I pick?
Correct.
Because
that's the hardest part.
Because I'm going to want, I wouldn't know what to do, honestly, during the draft, because for me anyway, I feel overwhelmed just thinking about trying to do it.
Yeah. But after you do it one time, you wouldn't feel overwhelmed. You'd understand it a little bit better.
But you have to do your research, right? Like you have to be.
They let you have mock drafts. Mock drafts started. Well, I started doing mock drafts 4 months ago.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, as soon as football season was done.
We started.
Yeah. So you do mock drafts. Like, I'm in position 3, position 8, position 10 in the 3 that I'm in right now. The other league I'm in hasn't drafted the positions yet.
Now, do you randomize those?
Some randomize them, some do it live, some whatever else. So I go and do a mock draft for 3rd position.
Sorry. Tell Aaron to shut up. Tell Aaron to shut up.
Aaron,
he's saying I'm fat in the jersey, and just tell him to shut the fuck up.
Aaron, shut your fucking mouth. Shut your fucking mouth, Aaron.
You got to give Aaron props. He came in second the last 2 years, so it's not like he doesn't.
Actually, Aaron is very knowledgeable, and in baseball as well.
Yeah, and we have another guy we work with. Steve. Steve is very knowledgeable.
Steve is also.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when you're going through,
I argue with him all the time.
So let's say you're drafting 3rd. Or let's say you're drafting 1st. So let's say you draft 1st, you pick the best player you want, which is C-Mac, Christian McCaffrey. He's going to go 1st in 98% of leagues this year because he's so versatile as far as running and catching the ball. And
he just gave me a heart.
Oh, he's going to have, the most fantasy points out there, probably, maybe besides a quarterback. So you draft 1st, but you're not going to draft again until 20th. Because it's going to go a snake. It's going to go 1st, 2nd, 3rd, all the way through. Then it's going to come back the opposite way. So instead of drafting 1st, I would personally rather draft 10th. So I'm drafting
right in the middle.
So it's bang bang. So
I'm drafting 10th and 11th. Yep. So now I get 2 top 11 players. Comparably to you get 2 top 20 players. But you actually get 3 top 21 players because it's going to flip sides. So you're drafting 1st, 20th, and 21st. Okay. So then it goes. So it all depends on where you value, and most of the drafts are random. So, I've been in leagues where the commissioner has kept hitting the random draft button several times to find a better position. But most of the time you just hit it once and it's where it's at. It's where it's at.
So out of the leagues you're in, do you have the same team in every league?
No, because you're drafting different positions. And the other people that are in your draft, like, let's say,
you were saying like a $25 league, you're going to pick mostly Chiefs fans.
Yeah, I'm going to pick a lot of rookies too that I think might break out because I want to watch them play. Because I'm, besides being a fantasy football fan and Chiefs fan, I'm actually really a football fan. So, if there's a game on TV, I watch it. If there's a college game on TV, I watch it if I'm available. But if Tom being a Cowboys fan, if you got a team and he wants to do something strange, which a lot of people do. Like we were talking about our friend Ben, and he would pick, he picked Darno as first pick in, I don't know, it was like picks 5 or, he's best at 10th, 12th round quarterback best. So it screws up the draft from where you think where you think you're going to draft at. So you do your mock drafts and you think it's going to go pretty close to, maybe I want Kamara and Tom wants Zeke. So he moves up a little bit to pick Zeke, not a big deal, or moves down a little bit to pick Zeke. But when someone goes way off the board and grabs somebody that shouldn't be picked for 10 rounds later, it screws up the draft from what you've planned on. So now you're always constantly reevaluating what player is going to be available to you when the draft comes to your position.
Okay.
So for the MMA league that I'm in, so there's like 15 of us. In fighters, it's just, it's one-on-one.
Yep.
Win or lose. So I mean, if they win by knockout or submission, it's 2 points, it's 2.5 points. If they win by decision, it's like 1.5, et cetera. And everybody has 10 picks, and I have like 50 picks lined up in order.
Yep.
And I'll watch the draft, and I'm like, shit, okay, woman number 2 was taken, so I'll cross them out. Okay, so now I go to 3.
Yep.
So I mean, it's a huge list of players, I would guess.
It's the same concept. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and we put them in a queue. Like there's a couple players, which I won't get on and talk about here, that because now we have people that I'm in the league with listening, but I'm going to put them in my queue for later on that I think are going to be breakout players. Will I draft them the first 10 rounds? Probably not, because you have proven solid players right now going in all those rounds, but I will definitely take flyers on a couple players that I think are going to break out this year. And if they break out, great. If they don't, you drop them week 3 or 4. You just pick up somebody else that actually is breaking out or having a good year. So you definitely need to do your research. Some people do it for fun. I do it for fun. I really enjoy it, but I also am disappointed if I don't make money at the end of the year off of it. So
I've been doing mine for 3 years and I haven't won shit.
Yeah.
So I just realized that
you're doing it wrong.
It's
hard, dude. It's hard.
Last January, I'm a huge fan of, I guess, professional bass fishing. Anyway.
Oh, me too.
And they have a fantasy league.
Sure.
And I went on their fantasy league, and I just picked the people I liked. And at the end of the season, I was in the fucking shitter.
Yeah, dead last.
Because I just fucking was picking people I wanted because I liked.
How does that work? Like by the weight of the
it's
fish?
weight. So they
do
always
you have to like check the weather and what they're using for lures? Like, how does that work?
Dude, there's a lot. Actually,
curious how
you
this
want to
works.
talk about this?
Let's talk about this. So he is right. What he's saying is that,
but you have to study. You have to
yeah, but it's a different sport. It's an individual sport comparably to a team sport.
To a team sport, yeah.
So there's a golf fantasy league. I did it 1 year and I chose not to do it again because it becomes a grind, because the competition on an individual sport is so much greater than it is on a team sport. You can predict more on a team sport. Yeah, I mean, you may have 4 studs have a bad week on the Cowboys team, but they could still win.
There's more leeway.
Right. Comparably to an individual sport, if you don't pick the right person, you may be in the doghouse all year long. And then that next year, that guy comes out and wins it by a long. I mean, it's an individual sport, and they may pick the wrong spot for fishing. They may pick the wrong lure.
But it's a lot more research for what a football's doing, because there's so many more positions.
But it's also easier because there's so many more positions.
Yes,
here you're only how many people are you picking for the?
It's your bet. It's 5.
Yeah,
you got 5 guys, and you have a total. I think the roster, you got like 80 or 90 guys to choose from.
No shit.
And
so it's a weekly pick. You pick different.
You pick it weekly
every week. Okay.
And the best one I did was actually on Champlain when they came up here, because what I did was, instead of just saying I like these guys, I went through and I picked, because Champlain is best known for its smallmouth fishing.
Yep.
So I went through and I picked the guys that I know kill it for smallmouth fishing, and I actually did decent.
Smart.
I did okay.
Yeah, so you did research.
So,
I think he would tell you as well is that the bass fishing in Champlain, all those guys maxed out their quantity every day. Then it comes down to weight of fish.
I mean, but Champlain is world renowned.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
for this stuff.
Yeah.
People travel from around the world to come and fish here.
Comes down to weight.
Yes.
Yeah, we have 2 places on Champlain, and every time the tournament's going on, I can walk across the bass boats from my Rocky Point to the other Rocky Point right in front of our camp. So
Yeah.
they just kill it. So, but then it comes down to weight. That's why that was a good question. It comes down to weight. So
Now, what's your buy-in for that? Out of curiosity.
It was just this for fun.
Oh, for fun?
No, I mean,
okay.
I was assuming I'm a member of Bass, Bass Nation. So I don't know if there's something from that, but there are prizes and stuff you can win. I think I ended up finishing like,
300.
Yeah, I was back there.
Yeah.
I forgot what it was, but I could probably look it up. But yeah, it wasn't very good. There are prizes for like the top 50, I think.
Yeah.
That's what they did. So, but yeah, there's no money to do it, and you pick them every week. You pick your anglers every week. So
yeah, our buy-in is so it's 120, and there's 15 of us. After the first the first half, whoever is in first place wins. I think it's like 30%, and then second half it's another 30, and then overall it's the rest.
Yep.
And I haven't won in the last 3 years. It's hard for individual.
So, but are you going against guys? Are you like in a huge, like a big pool?
So basically,
because I'm just thinking of like DraftKings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you sign up for DraftKings,
UFC, right?
This is so you're doing like everybody.
So there's a guy
can put into this.
Yep. So there's a guy who runs it, and he only allowed a 10 at first, but now there's 15 in it.
Yeah.
So the first 15 that say, hey, I'm in, and I've been doing it for like 3 or 4 years now. I'm like, okay, I'm in. And then there's, it's a snake draft. So I mean, 1 through 15, and then 15 back to 1, and then 1 through 15, then 15 back to 1. And then you choose a 10 people. And you have to look at the roster and goes, okay, well, fuck, who's injured? Who fights the most every year?
Well, some people,
because some people fight like once a year.
Yeah.
And then Cowboy Cerrone fights like 3 or 4 fucking times a year. So I'm like, okay, well, I want Cowboy because he fights 4 fucking times a year. So he's going to put up points.
He might give you, yeah.
But then he might get hurt,
or sick.
Right. But then we also have like fight day pickups. So you have until 8 p.m. When the card starts, and everybody has a fight day pickup. So, I mean, if nobody on that card is on anyone's team, anybody can pick them for that one day, and then they're off the team. And that's either hit or miss.
And you don't have to drop anybody to pick that person up?
No, not on the fight day pickups.
Yep.
So
Is that kind of how
get hurt all the fucking
football
time,
works,
so
or
it's
is
hard.
that different in football? Like you have who you have in football.
No, you don't have who you have, but if you pick up a player, you have to drop a player.
You have to drop.
Yeah.
Because after you draft your full team on,
It's like having a 53-man roster. You need
That's
to have
correct.
a certain amount.
Yep, you're gonna have to drop somebody, pick somebody up.
So up on the screen there, this was my how I finished last with the Bassmaster stuff.
You're in the green,
So, I mean,
light green, but it's green.
Yeah, but you got 64% overall, so you're in the top 2-3.
Yeah, that's not bad.
So that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
That was your first year.
my first year.
Yeah. So I mean, it's all a learning experience. So now you can change up your strategy of what you think you failed at last year, and go from there.
Yeah.
I never knew that was a thing.
I didn't either.
They have a league for every sport out there.
Wow.
Yeah.
They really do.
Curling.
I'm sure they do. I do like watching Olympic.
And they actually do during the broadcast of the fishing, they do a breakdown like once an hour
For stats?
for fantasy. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm curious how fantasy, like how it started.
I don't know, but that guy's making a buck.
Think so?
Oh yeah.
Like who would have just thought like, hey,
Someone's like sitting around, like,
oh, I wish I had
hanging out.
Well,
Like,
you know what it
dude.
was? It probably came from Madden, because Madden, you can put,
Madden's fun.
I don't know. Type up the origin of fantasy
Yeah.
sports.
Yeah, there you go.
See what it comes up with.
but you can put like, you can make your own team in Madden,
Right. Yeah.
which
yeah.
really,
Right,
and
right.
that's probably where it started. I would think.
I think it's been around longer
I
than
think
Madden's
the long
been
run,
around. Yeah.
long.
Dude, Madden's been around.
Since the 80s.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure fantasy would have been before that.
I've only heard about fantasy the last like 6,
right there.
no, more than that, but
What does that say?
1980. So before that.
Does that say rotisserie? No.
Yeah, rotisserie.
rotisserie is league
Rotisserie
baseball.
League baseball in 1980.
Baseball.
Same time frame.
That's a development. So it was probably around before then.
Yeah.
And a lot of leagues, like I play in a baseball league that is a keeper league. So we have like 25 players on our team, but the following year it also incorporates a salary cap. So there's
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, there's $300 salary cap, and going into the next year, you can't keep more than 12 players on your team that you currently have this year. I'm in third in that league right now, but so come next spring, I have to drop minimum 13 of those players.
Oh shit.
So then it's a CBS league. So CBS puts out a book every year with dollar values for every player. Like Tom's like a $2 player, so you can pick him up every year if you wanted to.
You talking about me or Tom Brady?
You. It's baseball. Tom Brady plays football. Tom.
Sorry. I was.
So it makes.
He doesn't have enough nutrients.
You're talking about me.
Yeah, it makes it a lot.
I don't play baseball.
His nutrients
anymore.
are off.
Makes it a lot more difficult where you have to
his irons
kind of. Hopefully, the rookie that you picked up actually produces, but it makes it a lot more competitive because you have Betts and Kershaw and Scherzer and a bunch of other studs. You can't keep them. You just can't keep them because the money says you can only have $300 to spend. Period. So in that league, if you make trades,
that's a lot of fucking work right there.
Yeah, that league, if you make trades, the money value has to match. Because you're still at the $300 window. You can't be the Tampa Bay Lightning this year that were 18 million over the cap come playoff time. That still has to change. It's still everything has to match up the entire time. So
you have to moneyball the fuck out.
You have to moneyball it. Yep.
Oh, that's a good movie.
Makes it a
very good movie.
Yeah, makes it a lot more equitable as far as competition goes. So
right.
Yep.
No shit. I'm pumped that we're gonna have a league now.
So
yeah, I think it'd be a great idea.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'll try it.
Yeah,
that's not
y'all. You guys
got to put your
bias
biases aside. I mean,
yeah,
do it. I mean, if you say I don't want to draft any NFC East teams, you can get away with that. But if you say you don't want to draft any players that you don't like, you're just not going to be able to get away with it.
Yeah. I mean, my AFC team, I would have to say, are the Steelers. Like, I do root for the Steelers as an AFC.
Well, Najee Harris, their new rookie running back, is going to be a stud. So he's going in the top 20. So,
yeah.
Yep. And Ben, I hear, is in the best shape of his life. So,
No.
Do you ever want to take a chance on a first round draft pick like out of college?
Depends on who they are.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Zeke, I'm a huge Ohio State fan, so I would always draft Zeke. I like Zeke. But that's my biases coming in as well. Do I think Zeke is better than Dalvin Cook?
Don't. Stop.
If I think I'm not drafting Zeke over McCaffrey.
Are you fucking kidding?
I'm not drafting him over Dalvin Cook.
McCaffrey's been injured more in his fucking career.
I'm not drafting over Derrick Henry either.
Oh my God.
But after those three, I would definitely draft Zeke. So
why did you just put that up there?
What?
That didn't go up live.
Okay.
But yeah, you
fucking killed me.
You have rookies coming out that you definitely want to pick up as soon as they're available. Sure. Absolutely. Because some just change the game. Like obviously Mahomes set it a year, but why would you not draft him in the second round? It all depends on where they're coming from and the program they're going into for the pros. Like, you look at the Ohio State kid coming out. He's now the starting quarterback for Chicago. Do you want to draft him? No, because the team around him is not very good. But if you want to draft him as your backup quarterback in round 14 or 15, sure, why not?
Okay.
Like Matt Jones starting for, the Patriots. I mean, they're going to win some games, but his numbers, let's say Pats go 11-6 this year for their 17 games. Mac Jones is probably not going to have a huge impact on that because his fantasy numbers for fantasy sports are not going to be the greatest. There's many more quarterbacks out there that are going to put up more fantasy points than him, even though he may have a much better record than them when it's all said and done.
See, I think if I were to do an actual fantasy league, I would be so in tuned on the coaching too and who they're playing, because different teams change up their game plan based on who they're playing, based on their strengths and their weaknesses, right?
Sure.
So you're saying Mac Jones.
Yeah.
You got Bill Belichick, probably one of the greatest coaches of all time.
Yeah.
Right. Obviously.
Besides McCarthy, but yes.
Who? McCarthy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Don't do that to me either.
Okay.
I know what you're doing and I don't like it. So
he's so sensitive.
He is very sensitive. He's a vegan now.
I know he is. You have an iron deficiency, and you need to get yourself checked.
Not having iron. I just had 3. I had steak the last 2 nights.
You said that.
I don't have a
900
fucking
times. So
yeah. So stop saying I'm fucking plant based because
So
I'm
you're
not.
Hey, Aaron,
you
Tom's
said
plant-based if you didn't.
I'm not
you
plant-based,
said you were
Aaron.
plant-based.
Everyone
You
that's
said you were
listening from the
plant-based.
place of employment,
I misspoke.
Tom is plant-based.
But anyways,
Okay, so Tom is not plant-based.
so do you take that into account too? Like teams that they're playing? I know you talked about it like Cowboys and Bucks, right?
You only do that on the bye week because you're drafting before the season starts. Every team.
So you know who's playing who and
Well, you're not. You can't say, okay, the Cowboys are playing Tampa week 1, so I'm not going to take a Cowboys offensive player because Tampa's defense is so good.
right. You're basing it on the whole year.
You're basing it on the whole year.
Okay.
So yeah, the coaching, I don't think it doesn't come into my thought process personally.
See, that's the first thing that came into my thought process
because the coaching, it matters obviously for the season for that team specifically, but for individual play, which is all you're basing your draft on, it doesn't really have an impact on it. So yes, you're going to want to take any stud player from any team comparably. I mean, will a Jet go drafted this year? Will Houston Texans player go drafted this year? Yes, but there are going to be very few of them just because the players around them, they just don't have the skill set to compete with other people that are going to be going in the draft above them. It's, so.
Yep. Okay.
What is the number one fantasy team? Is there such thing as the number one fantasy team?
No, I mean, injuries dictate a lot in fantasy sports. Your first round draft, like let's say last year, someone had Christian McCaffrey, who is by far fantasy stud. He gets hurt. You're lucky to survive that year because like we had talked about, so he goes number 1. Now you're counting on number 20 and number 21 as your best 2 players, as your best 2 fantasy players because you've just lost McCaffrey's 400 points, 400 fantasy points that year or whatever he ends up with. So you can recover, but it's very difficult. Injuries, especially in the NFL, dictate where you're going to finish in fantasy sports. So you're going to look at players that, I mean, McCaffrey, he said he got hurt all the time. He got hurt last year for the first time, but you look at Zeke, he's been hurt, he's banged up. So if you draft Zeke at number 4 this year,
Zeke's in the best shape of his life, actually.
which is probably where he's going to go, but he's still your first round pick. So if he gets hurt and he's out for 8 weeks, you've lost your first round pick for 8 weeks. That's a lot of points because Zeke puts up 20 plus points every week as far as fantasy for catching the ball and running the ball and scoring touchdowns. So a lot of it is out of your control. I mean, you basically put your best foot forward come draft time. If your team sucks, your team sucks. If injuries make you shit the bed, you shit the bed. But that's all the dice you roll when you're playing the fantasy sports, So
your enemy in fantasy, especially with actually sports period, is
Injuries.
Injuries, yeah. In real life and in fantasy
real
life.
yeah.
So
Wow.
Yeah.
So you don't really give a fuck if they lose a game or not, right?
yeah, you don't care if your team. I mean, obviously, I care if my team loses the game. I would rather go 17-0 and lose every fantasy week. And what do I have? 500, 600, about $700 in fantasy sports is what I put in. So I would rather lose $700 every year and my team succeed. But I hope that doesn't happen either. I hope my team succeeds and I don't lose $700 every year. But I have no qualms about winning fantasy football. But I never want my Chiefs to lose. And just like you never want your Cowboys to lose.
Right.
So you just got to separate that.
I'm excited.
Yes, you got to play the numbers.
Yeah. It's all a number-based game. It really is.
I'm excited to do this like kind of, I don't know, we call it a mock draft? No, like a practice draft, I guess.
No, you can. This is a real draft.
It'd be a real draft.
There's a real prize, but
Okay.
it's free to enter.
Yeah.
It's free to enter.
Yeah, it's free. It's free entertainment and
you're going to win.
You pick some players.
Can you do it?
$300.
Can you do it like this late before the actual season?
You can do it. You could start at week 3 if you wanted to. You just would have
a shorter
window.
Time. Yeah.
But season doesn't start. Well, Chiefs play the 12th. There's a game on Thursday, right? There's
Cowboys
Bucks.
Don't.
So
I know what you're doing again. Don't do that.
So
Just
to
stop doing that.
So to be a few weeks.
I'm trying to answer.
You're
your question.
diminishing the fact that the Cowboys are a team in our.
He's trying to answer your
NFL.
question.
No, he's not trying to.
He's trying to answer your question.
I know how his fucking mind works.
Would you let him answer the question?
Okay, go ahead.
But you can start it whenever you want. But there's plenty of time. If you had 6 people from this podcast that chose to join, that you wanted to join, then you text me tomorrow. I can set it up in 10 minutes, and we have the league and we can do the random draw so everybody knows where they're drafting. So you could do some practice mock drafts if you wanted to. I don't have any problem putting on a little demonstration for people to do that.
Can we time out one second? Thank you, Celeste. I appreciate your support.
Oh my God, I saw that.
Thank you.
Celeste that she's drafting all the plant-based players.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
So so the Tennessee Titans had how many NFL players that switched to plant-based during the season when they went to the playoffs and they actually
at that dude's house.
They ended up losing. They ended up losing in the playoffs. What was it? The AFC Championship game, I think.
Who did they lose to?
Who was it? They beat the Pats. I think it was Baltimore. They lose to Baltimore? No. They beat Baltimore and then they lose to the Chiefs. They lost to the Chiefs. Yeah.
I figured you'd get around to it.
Yeah. I got there. Yeah. But what I'm saying is Tennessee Titans were nothing. But
I told you about that.
You didn't tell me about that.
I told you about the fucking
Thank you,
show.
Celeste. Thank you, Celeste.
Yeah.
I'm not going 100% plant-based, just so everyone fucking knows that.
Well, you just said to everybody
steak,
that you're not going plant-based. So you lied to him saying you're going plant-based when you're not because you're still eating steak.
No, Celeste, they didn't lose because of injuries. You're correct. Yes.
So
is your colon okay?
Yeah.
Is that why you're going?
Oh, yeah,
great. I'm sorry.
It's pretty loose from.
It's more of
example.
It's more of a cardiac.
Yeah.
It's more of a cardiac issue.
Yeah.
I mean, your veins.
Okay, I'm picking up what you put down.
Yeah.
Has Cam Newton landed anywhere?
Not as far as I've heard.
He hasn't.
Nope.
I saw that.
They were talking.
I just saw the Cowboys said no, they weren't going to go after him. They initially said they were going to do.
Texans, I think, were in the running.
Yo,
we're gonna pick them up. I think, or not in the running, but like projected. Yeah. Texans are one of them. I can't remember who.
The Saints also are looking at him as a backup to Jameis and
Taysom Hill.
No, Taysom Hill's got his own still special program, so
he's still going to be.
Yep.
So wow.
Yep. So he'll land on.
Who's that quarterback Cowboys just picked up? Wasn't he a Jaguar?
Ben DiNucci?
Oh no. He was a 4th round pick in 17. I can't remember his fucking name. He's got a tattoo on his left arm. Fuck, what's his name?
Garrett Gilbert?
No.
Oh no, they released him.
They picked him up from the Panthers.
It's not that one, right?
No, they just picked him up. Fuck. They got rid of Gilbert and DiNucci. They brought DiNucci back for the practice squad, but who the fuck was it? What was his name? Not Mills.
Will Greer.
Will Greer.
Yeah.
Yes. Grier. Yep.
He has a break.
So they got Grier and they have Rush for backup for Dak, which isn't really great. But
no, it's not good at all.
It's not good at all.
All right.
Speaking of backups, a lot of the strategy for fantasy is like you take. Like last year, I'll use Zeke for an example. Last year,
oh yeah.
He got hurt last year. It's called a handcuff. So Tony Pollard's there.
Who's a stud?
Tony Pollard's there, and when Zeke goes down last year, everybody's scrambling on the waiver wire to pick up Pollard because now he's the number one. He's still going to be in a great offense, and he's still going to put up those fantasy points. So if you're drafting and you don't really have a later in the rounds, you look at teams that are running back heavy as far as their play calling and things like that, that if, the number one goes down, you grab that number 2, just leave him on your bench all year long in case that number 1 goes down. And he's someone you can drop and pick up all the time to fill your bye weeks, so, I draft Pollard and I have him week 8. Zeke's still going strong. Maybe I drop him because my bye weeks are starting. I want to put a player in. I don't want to drop the other players I have on my team. So you grab a couple of handcuffs, during your draft. And, if they go down week 1, you're a stud. I mean, that will probably put you over the top because it's such an unexpected thing. And whoever drafted Zeke number 1 or number 4th pick in the draft, they've lost their number 1 pick overall. And now you basically absorb their number 1 pick. So you got to throw some darts at the wall and see what they stick to. So, which all comes from your research.
Gardner Minshew, Aaron. Gardner Minshew. Now,
yeah, and Cam is meeting with the Giants this weekend, is what Aaron said.
Oh,
that seems like a place for him to fucking land.
It's not a bad
actually.
Yeah.
Who's your backup?
I have no idea. I haven't paid attention this year.
I don't even know who their starter is.
Nobody cares. Danny Dimes is their starter.
Yeah.
Jones is your starter.
This is last year's contract, right? For Jones?
I'm
pretty sure it's last year.
Yeah, he was drafted first round.
Yeah.
So
I think maybe the team has this is year 4 for him.
This is year 4.
Yeah.
Because he was a year after.
So
I think he was a year after.
Would have an option for year 5, but he doesn't have the option for year 5. So
right.
He was 6th overall in 19.
Yeah.
He was 19.
So
dude was born in 1997. Fucking getting old.
Yep.
That's a year after you guys won the last Super Bowl.
Thanks, Mike.
That's good for him.
How many Super Bowl rings do the Giants have?
That's the only difference.
How many Super Bowl rings do the Giants have?
It doesn't matter.
How many fucking Super Bowl rings do the Giants have? It does matter. It does matter.
Stop.
It does matter. All you motherfuckers are like, oh, Tom Brady's got 7 rings. It does. Apparently, it fucking matters.
I don't
How
talk
many
about
rings?
Tom
So
Brady.
I can turn around on Tom.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
I don't talk about Tom Brady.
Yeah. How many Super Bowl rings do you have since the Dallas have Super Bowl?
That's what I'm talking about.
Right. So he's gonna bust Tom Brady's balls about being the greatest of his time. So obviously, the Giants are better than the Cowboys.
Hate on this. Hate on this.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
So that would you say, Tom?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't listen to bullshit. What were we saying?
Yeah.
So you don't listen to facts. That's fine.
Back to
That's going around these days.
Back to do as I say, not as I do for Tom.
Okay. So
Chiefs have 1 ring.
Chiefs have 2 rings. So if you're going to
Was that before the merger?
If you're going to do a
Or after?
podcast, at least
Was it
get your
after the
information.
merger? Was it after the merger?
Doesn't
The
matter.
NFL?
You asked me how many rings.
Is it a Super Bowl or an NFL?
No, he didn't
championship?
ask you. He just said you had one.
Yeah.
He just
Tom and I have a $100 bet in a bottle for the next 5 years. So
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
The Chiefs won against the Vikings in 1970, and then the Niners in 2020.
So that would equal 2, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Tom was
And
wrong.
yours is way more current.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
What was our bet?
Dude,
It
get
was,
fucked with this current stuff.
What was it? It was Pat Mahomes.
We have to win
winning.
3 Super Bowls in the next 5 years.
Mahomes has to win. So here's the bet: $100 in a bottle.
Yep.
That Pat Mahomes has to win a Super Bowl in the next 5 years. 3 Super Bowls in the next 5
We're
years.
1 in, so we have to win 2 more next 4 years.
2
Take a
more in the
chance.
next 4 years.
He actually has
Those are good odds.
Because I was talking about Troy Aikman, who won 3 Super Bowls in 4 years, went to the Super Bowl and never lost the Super Bowl.
When was that?
That was in the 90s when Troy Aikman played.
when you were in your prime, Mike.
You really like the 90s.
You
though.
old fuck.
Well, that's what the last
When were
time
you
the
born,
fucking
Tom?
Cowboys went to the Super Bowls.
When you're born.
83.
So
Hell, I had something
Oh,
I was
wow.
going to say.
Marcus. All right, Marcus.
Chiefs quarterback.
Yeah, Marcus is
good.
He's a
Good man.
He's a disturbed
Good man.
child.
yeah,
I like him.
he's another Giants fan for you.
I like him. Good man.
Mahomes
Much
has
more
a,
reasonable than Tom.
a stepbrother. I think stepbrother that lives here. in
He
Vermont.
does. He has a relative that lives out here. Yes.
Yeah, I have a relative who was working somewhere with this person, and they had toted that they were related to them.
Yep.
Everyone called bullshit, and he FaceTimed him
Yep.
on
Yep.
the job site.
No
Yep,
shit.
He does.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact relationship how it works
I
out.
think it's step sibling.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sorry. My cousin says I'll take Cam. Aren't you a Panthers fan now, Brad, or are you still a Giants fan? Which is it? Which is it? Come on, Brad. Come on. Stop.
oh, there's
Stop.
Yep. Oh, no. In Heinsberg. So he lives in Heinsberg.
Okay.
Oh, Luke, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know, they actually talked about
it.
There you
what
go.
was it? The Vermont Bucks. Isn't that like a
Yeah, the arena football.
arena football?
Yeah.
Man, I wish we had a fucking
It used to be the Frost, right?
Yeah.
No, that was
Oh, no.
outdoor. That was like a
Oh,
semi-pro,
yeah, that was
like
outdoors, yeah.
what the Lake Monsters are
Yeah.
or whatever. Ice Storm, or was it the Storm? Yeah. Some shit.
Uh,
Anyway, some
oh,
shit
Ice
like
Storm,
that.
Ice Storm. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ice Storm.
How many football games? Like,
They
Have
played
you
like
been to
6 or
live?
8 a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my life I've been to?
a lot.
Oh, fuck.
You ever been kicked out?
That's where I was going. Have you ever been trespassed from one of the stadiums?
I have not. Tom
Maybe like your
has.
first football game that you
I have
ever
been to
went,
probably 100 professional football games.
no shit.
Yeah.
Wow. I've been to 2.
Yeah.
And Tom's been 50%.
No, I've gone to 4.
I've been to
Gone to
one,
4.
and the one I went to,
25%.
my best friend was forced
Interesting.
to leave
Okay.
before halftime.
It wasn't your fault, Tom.
It fucking wasn't. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Cole and I were there.
His fault. He didn't do anything.
No,
I didn't do a fucking thing.
Cole and I thought about fighting him.
You were dressed like a fool, though, weren't you?
I had
I
a
didn't see the
cowboy
picture.
hat. I had a
At an away
jersey,
stadium.
and my face was painted.
were
At an away
MetLife.
stadium.
Giant Stadium.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we had
Can you
our
get a
faces
picture?
painted.
Can you get a picture up?
Last time I went to Giants
Hang on.
Stadium for a Chiefs Giants game, I was walking through the parking
We had a
lot.
great time.
Everybody's throwing food at me and shit as we're going through the parking lot. But
Well, when I went to the Eagles Cowboys game, they were actually throwing horse shit at Cowboys fans in the parking lot.
it's fair enough.
Yeah, so here's
the fucking Eagles. They're a bunch of fucking animals.
They threw snowballs at Santa
care.
Claus.
I don't care if you're watching.
So here's a fun story. So it was Giants Cowboys. Me and Tom are in line for the bathroom.
Oh shit.
Tom had maybe one or two beers, so he was feeling happy.
Uh-huh.
And I'm standing with him, and I'm all painted up in Giants, and he's all cowboyed up, and he's like, Cowboys are winning, so he's all mouthing off. We're surrounded by Giants people, and he's just yelling, just being Tom.
That's why, Tom.
And I had at least 6 guys in line going, dude,
Shut your buddy up.
you are lucky
Yeah.
that he's with you. And I was like, Tom, shut the fuck up. And he wasn't shutting up. It was just
Come at me, bro.
Oh,
Come
my
at me, bro.
God. Oh,
No.
it was a good time.
You just show pride when you walk out of the stadium after your teams when you don't run your suck hole.
Oh man, I had fun. I had a good time.
I'm
Fiddlehead.
trying to. There's a picture of
Right
Tom
side.
and I
I'm looking for it. It's on my. I can send it to you, buddy.
from just before his
Please, sir.
his
Well, there's
Right before
one
the incident. There's an album.
Oh, sleeping with the guy that was sleeping, posing with the dude sleeping in the stadium that was passed out.
No.
Oh,
you and him together, right? That one.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to that.
I'll find it.
well,
Here we go. Here we go.
I
got
was
it. I got it.
wrongfully dismissed
I got
from
it.
that stadium.
That one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good
Send
one.
that via FD.
Just put it in front of the camera.
No.
We're gonna show it.
Oh, we're gonna
Send
show it.
Send it where?
Why do you think you're wrongfully dismissed?
I don't.
You're an
think-
away
I know I
fan
was wrong.
and you're
No.
running your
So
mouth.
here's how it planned.
Yeah,
Here's
but he
how to
wasn't,
pay it
though.
out. Here's
He
how it
really
went.
wasn't.
All
He
right,
said
here's
he
how it
was.
went. I was not being disrespectful. I was supporting my team. We were joking with
It was
Giants
not.
fans
It
that
was
were
not your
around
fault.
us.
It was not your fault.
And apparently what happened, so in MetLife Stadium, what happens is there's a text number you can text when a fan is there it is.
There it is.
I kicked you out too, just on premise.
So
You gonna post it?
so probably 3 or 4 rows below us, there was an actual fight between a Cowboys fan and a Giants fan. And
There it is, boy.
There it is.
We were fucking right that day.
Yeah. And so what happened was the security guy comes around. He's wearing this fucking yellow shirt. I didn't even see him. And somebody had called about the people fighting below us. Well, they saw me and they automatically assumed that I was the one fighting because I'm mouthy and I'm rooting for my team. Not mouthy, but I'm rooting for my team. I'm not disrespecting.
You were having a
any-
good time.
We're having a great time.
Yep.
It was
I'll
an
fully
awesome
admit you were
time.
having a
It was
good time.
bachelor party. And the dude comes up behind me.
Who was having a bad time because it was a bachelor party?
Nobody actually.
Nobody.
It was
Who's
amazing.
getting married?
Buddy Scott.
Buddy
Who's a
Scott.
Giants
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah, he's a Giants fan.
It's a bad day.
Yeah, it's a bad day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see how
No, it was a good day. We had a good
But
time.
anyways, so the security guy comes up behind me, right? I have no idea who he is, where he is, or that he's even there. And he touches me on the shoulder. What is your natural reaction when somebody grabs you in a stadium? What are you going to do?
Pull
You
down your
turn,
pants.
right? You turn. I grazed him with my arm. And he said, "That's it. You're gone. You put your hands on me. You're out of here."
You had a little stare down with him because you were,
I
in the
was about
moment,
ready to tear his head off.
and you were just like,
yeah.
And then you're like, okay. And then Cole fucking turns to me. He's like, Mike, what do we do? And I think Cole wanted to jump him, and I was with
Yeah.
him. But then we're
Bad
like, no,
idea.
we probably shouldn't.
Bad idea.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
then
that was
anyway,
us.
so I
Yeah,
get
there
taken
you go.
down.
Crew, man.
My other buddy Jeremy came with me. I get taken down to the dungeons of fucking MetLife Stadium. And I'm standing there, New York State Police, literally beating the shit out of people. There's domestics actively going on down there. It's a fucking war zone. And I'm standing up against the fucking wall, like looking around like this. What the fuck? So they give me a piece of paper that says I can't come back to MetLife Stadium unless I go through anger management. And so
I think that's fair.
Yeah, I still remember. I felt like fucking Mel Gibson in Braveheart when they released me, running through the fucking parking lot saying "Freedom!"
You're holding the paper up, running towards us. It was fucking great. Yep.
And then I closed the cab door on his head.
Yeah,
I
that
remember
hurt. That hurt.
I remember afterwards seeing the football players at the place we were at.
Oh yeah.
But who won the game?
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
We swept.
That's
We
all that
swept.
matters.
We swept the Giants that year.
That's all that matters.
So,
Yep.
What does it matter?
Yep.
All right. So we're doing a fantasy league.
yeah.
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 So when we should do this sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I'll set it up tonight. I got a couple hours of my time.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, okay. Brad, still Giants.
What we
All
can
right.
do is you send Tom the email addresses of the subscribers that you want on it, and your two, and we'll put it together.
All right.
Cool.
So yeah,
Yeah. So if you want to be a part of this, send a DM you. Any of us, actually.
I can put a
DM
post
any
on the
of us.
Facebook page. I can put a post on
Yeah,
there.
put a post up.
and I'll have people just join up there. And
Yeah.
they can win. I sent you the picture.
Yeah. So we'll throw up what you're going to win right now, actually.
It's tied to Ethereum. It's worth $271 currently.
so
I don't understand that.
once I get all the email addresses, if the people that are involved get an email from KC Chiefs, the letter R,
Shocking.
great at Yahoo, that's my email account. So go ahead, and it's not spam. It's
Okay.
not.
And that's what you win right there. Apparently, that's worth $271 and change.
Currently.
I actually think
Currently.
I think that's
I
pretty
think it's a cool
actually.
picture.
Look
I think
great.
it's pretty cool.
Look great in the office.
Yeah, it would.
So that's a
Could cover up some
Ethereum
things.
NFT, Great Ape Society.
So if they win that, they could sell it for.
A lot.
It could be $300 or it could be
It could
more.
be thousands. It could be less. I mean, it's going to flux.
Could be $1.
And it all depends what people. I don't think it'll go to $1. I
No.
really don't. No.
I don't know how it works.
NFTs
so.
are really hot right now, like big time. Like some of these have sold for millions of dollars.
NFT.
NFT.
What does that stand
non-fungible token.
Oh.
Yep. And it's linked to Ethereum.
God damn.
So no cost to enter.
NFT. What
Why
does PBD stand for?
No idea.
Plant-based diet.
That's probably it. That's probably it.
Fucking
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm getting fucking McDonald's on my way home. Fuck off.
So you're not plant-based, so you're a liar.
Dude, hang out.
you
We'll get DoorDash.
motherfucker.
DoorDash.
Ooh, DoorDash is nice.
Hang out.
No, I gotta get up early. I gotta get up early tomorrow. I got a big day.
Really?
Yeah, party.
Home,
Tom's
Home
house.
Depot?
Got to go to Home
Got a party
Depot.
going on. Got a Home Depot. Yeah.
Don't
Oh,
know,
that's right. Yeah.
don't know if he has enough time.
Tom's going to have a lot of soy burgers, soy dogs.
Yeah,
Dude, we're doing
black bean
sausages.
burgers.
Probably a lot of
We're doing
salads.
sausages, peppers,
A lot
and
of salads.
onions. Get the fuck out of here.
What are the sausages made of? Plant-based or?
Pig.
The soy. Yeah.
Pig.
They
Soy and
stuff
tofu.
with fucking quinoa and
Soy and
seaweed and
tofu.
whatever the
Look
neighbor
for Tom's
fucking cut his lawn.
hybrid truck. He's got a nice hybrid truck.
You got the-
Follow
you got the
me for
Tesla-
more recipes.
You got the Tesla truck with your fucking recyclable
That's what you
sandals
guys
on.
do. Each week you do a recipe.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Quinoa and pineapple.
Oh shit! All right, so we're doing our fantasy league.
Yep.
We're gonna get you everybody's info.
Yep.
I'm fucking excited.
I have a question. Everyone right now, who's gonna win the Super Bowl?
Oh yeah,
Predictions.
I wanted to fucking
Predictions.
talk about that.
I haven't really thought about it.
Should we go like in depth on who's gonna win divisions, AFC, NFC championships, who's gonna be in it?
Well, I mean,
who's
if
gonna
it's like
win it?
last year, our division is going to be a fucking shit show.
Yeah, two and
Jesus
well, they got 17
fucking
games now.
Christ.
Okay, hold on.
Just break down divisions and break it down through the playoff.
I feel like
Okay.
Our whole goddamn division is just a bunch of.
okay. So
I can't say
NFC,
it, but-
who's taking the NFC? Period.
Who's taking
To
the
win the Super
NFC
Bowl?
No,
to go to the Super Bowl?
To go
So,
each
so the
division.
NFC champions. Okay,
NFC champion this year is
Aaron said Bucks.
Cowboys.
Bucks over Packs. Again.
I disagree.
I-
Cowboys
I understand
over
that. You-
Cowboys over Bucks.
Your team is the NFC, so I understand your disagreement.
Aaron, shut the fuck up.
No, see, he's saying Bucks.
I love how all the Patriots fans are now Bucks fans.
Oh yeah.
A bunch of bandwagon bullshit that everyone saw coming.
Oh no, they're still Patriots fan, but I'm Tom Brady fan too.
Right, exactly. And that's what they just say. I'm a Tom Brady fan, so I'm going to root for the Bucks. And comparably, I'm a Bucks fan.
Yeah. Well, it's easy for them because the NFC is Tampa now, and they can still root for the Patriots in the AFC.
Right.
So, and they know that the Patriots aren't making it to the fucking Super Bowl, so because they suck.
All right, so
I think it's going to be a repeat from last year with a different result. Personally, I think the Chiefs over the Bucks this year in the Super Bowl is my prediction.
Tommy.
I'm going to say. So my dad's gonna like roll over right now. I'm gonna say Cowboys Steelers Super Bowl. Cowboys win.
I actually kind of I was thinking that myself, but
I personally believe that Pittsburgh will be the third best team in their division.
Wow.
Well, see now. Wow. Ever since we started talking about the fantasy thing,
who was the running back that just blew his fucking leg out for the Ravens? What's his name? Dobbins. Okay. So Lamar Jackson is not going to be able to last the entire year throwing and running. He's going to get injured.
Nor can Pittsburgh's defense last the entire year or their offensive line.
I disagree.
Okay. That's what this is all about.
All right, I'm gonna go with Tommy. We're gonna go Dallas.
Aaron just needs to shut the fuck up, Tom.
For the Super Bowl, and Dallas wins.
Yeah, we didn't have our starting quarterback, Aaron.
Yeah, I honestly haven't followed it that close for the last couple of years. So
you're mute.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But you're not promoting your team because you understand where you're at.
Yeah.
I know where we're at. We're the best team in the NFC East. Right now, we're the best team in the NFC.
I think
nobody can fucking dispute that. You can't dispute that.
I think we should have another live wager.
That's not saying a lot for our whole division, though.
Okay, so are we talking NFC Championship wager, or are we talking
I think
the whole shabam?
I think that Washington football team wins that division again.
Oh wow,
I'm
really?
Out there.
I could
with fucking Ryan interception Fitzpatrick. Yeah, okay,
dude, I'm throwing it out there. So if
I know you are. I know you
accept it. You do it.
Another
you don't
bet?
know, but that's my prediction.
Another bet right here.
Washington football team has one of the best defenses in the NFL right now.
I'm sorry.
Washington football team has one of the best defenses in the NFL.
I don't disagree with that.
Period.
So Washington's going to win the NFL.
Chase Young is 98%.
That's my prediction.
Chase Young is 98% of that, though.
Tom, I just threw out my prediction. You either accept the bet or you do not.
I'll take your bet.
Okay.
I will take your bet.
That's two bets. That's two bets tonight.
Let's do. What was the first bottle? 40.
Yeah.
But this is for shift coverage.
Well, it can't be for shift.
No, it can't be.
No.
I'm
just
60.
Oof.
60 total. 60.
Another
40
another 40 and
40
60.
60. Sure, I'm in.
And yeah, I'll say that. Yeah, that's not. I don't think you'll have that with Washington.
Cowboys going to win the division.
Okay, so
I'll take the 60.
62.
60 bottle.
So I have 100.
Yeah.
So perfect.
Yep.
I love it. I'm gonna be drinking free next year.
All right.
I have a bet for you, Davey.
Sure.
Oh boy.
Chiefs don't make it to the AFC Championship game.
Sure. I will never bet against my Chiefs, so call it. 100, 500, 1,000, whatever you want to do.
Those are, yeah.
Let's do.
They don't make it to the AFC Championship?
They don't. The Chiefs will not make it to the AFC Championship game.
I think I told you about the bet the guy made in Vegas, right? That the Chiefs would have the worst record in the league.
Yeah.
I think he put $100 down to win 50,000.
50,000.
Yeah.
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 So let's do a $20 bottle. Come on, dude.
It has to be at least $40.
All right, we'll do 40.
All right.
We'll do 40. All right, $40 bottle. So we got
140.
So what's the first bet that we made tonight?
40.
40, 60, 40.
Right.
40,
what
60,
was it
40.
for? $40 was for. Oh, I forget the bet now.
That you actually go plant-based.
No.
No.
Shut the fuck up.
What was the first bet?
I don't
I
remember.
don't remember.
We bet a fucking bottle.
I stayed out of it.
I stayed out of it.
We'll
So
review it.
Okay, yes, we will.
Yeah, I'll have to review the tape.
60 that Washington.
60 that Washington. You think Washington's going to win the NFC East?
I'm saying they don't.
No way.
I don't think they do.
No way in hell.
Over Cowboys.
Dude, the only reason Washington won it by a game last year because Dak was out since week fucking 5.
What was Cowboys' record last year?
Dak was out.
We were what 6,
6-10, 5-11.
I think
It was bad.
6-10.
I got pretty pissed off at the whole entire NFL
Our whole division was
franchise
shit.
last year, and I didn't watch much football. But
Yeah.
this year's a different story. I actually changed so my days off are going to be Sundays, Mondays now.
So can I? So I have a question from a viewer that just messaged me. They want to know about your Super Bowl shenanigans when you went.
I'm excited.
I guess I need to know the definition of shenanigans.
Whatever you are at liberty to disclose.
I enjoyed my time in Miami.
Gotta get right up on it.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
I stayed at a bed and breakfast. I stayed at an Airbnb, and it was in Little Havana. Right down the street was a transsexual strip bar.
Visit it.
This is going to be awesome.
I didn't
I'm
visit
excited.
it. I was.
Hold on. Can we pause? I need to pour more whiskey.
I was very tempted several times,
What
but
is this place?
the cops the cops were there like every
What's it
time I
called?
saw it. So I was actually pretty, besides the alcohol content that I consumed, I was pretty good just because I was there for a short time and I didn't want to be too banged up for the game. But there's absolutely no environment. I mean, if you're a football fan, you've ever been to a football game, there's absolutely no environment like the Super Bowl was, especially if you've waited long enough as I have waited and being a fan to go to the game. But as far as any shenanigans, I went to Gronk's Super Bowl party on the beach, but it got rained out. So it didn't get rained out, but I just chose not to stay in the fucking rain in Miami. So that was a wasted $350. That was my big thing. So I just went back to a monstrous sports bar and ate oysters and just got banged up. I got banged up every day. So
How many days were you down there?
I was there for 3 days.
3 days. So you went the day before that
Went
day?
2 days before.
2 days before.
Yeah.
So you came back the day after
The day after. Yeah. I mean, probably one of the best experiences I had down there, surprisingly, and it's very metrosexual like Tom, but I went and got a nice haircut. I went and got a straight razor shave. It's like, I mean, they really pampered you. It was like, it took me like an hour and a half and they just put like 4 or 5 different things on it. It was awesome. You know, then
Did you have like
I flew into Orlando and I drove to Miami.
Face mask, yeah.
No, not
One
face
mask.
mask, but they put a bunch of stuff on you and straight
Where'd they put it?
wherever you want it, probably. But it's obviously a different environment than Vermont. I moved to Vermont, but I lived in major cities up until Vermont. I mean, if they made, parking lots out of Vermont, I'd be okay with it. But it's just a different environment. And the Super Bowl it's just crazy. I went to Hard Rock Casino one night. But yeah, I was actually a good boy from what I've been in the past most of the time. So, but it was also always by yourself. I mean, there's only so much you can do by yourself. And
A lot by myself.
the deviant part of the trip I won't talk about.
Should I'd like to go to the Super Bowl or a football game with you.
Sure.
I would like to go.
Yeah. Cowboys, Chiefs, November.
This year.
You just gotta go to
Arrowhead.
MetLife.
Yeah.
You guys are going to that. I'm coming.
Can't go to MetLife.
I'm inviting myself. I'm coming too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was looking
I'll
at
go.
tickets the other night. I mean, to get a seat, it's about $250, but to get a decent seat, it's about $475. So, I mean, if you're going to go, you might as well pay the $500 for the
We had nosebleeds last time.
I'll go.
I'll go closer.
Dude, we had nosebleeds, but they were good seats.
They were good.
They were
seats.
great
Yeah,
seats.
we were like in the middle
I
of the
would have
field.
rather been.
Yeah.
We were right on the
Yeah.
50-yard line, but like upper deck.
That's fine too.
Yeah.
And
There's nothing wrong with that.
I
We were
loved
right
it.
by the stairs where Tom fell.
I felt like I was going to fall off.
Oh my god, dude, my head still fucking hurts.
You shook the cement floor when you
My
fell.
head still. It wasn't my fault. I fell. It wasn't my fault I
your
fell.
fault because
No.
you were like, "Oh my god, hey!" Because
So I'm hearing a theme.
She
about
was
this whole
crazy.
trip.
She was crazy.
This whole theme
You
on
were
this
both
trip was it's not
awful.
Tom's fault.
I met the only other Cowboys fan in that fucking stadium aside
And
from
she
Cole.
dove off the 5th step into your arms.
She
and
jumped
you fell
and she's like,
backwards.
Cowboys, and she jumped. And I'm like, oh fuck.
I was getting a hot dog and I felt a thump. And I'm like, fuck, that's Tom. And I turned around and Tom's laying on the ground. He smacked his head. He's like, ah! I thought he was dead.
It explains a lot.
Holy shit. No, it's just, there's so many stories with this guy.
Yeah.
It's great.
But I guarantee every story ends with, it wasn't my fault.
Well,
Yeah.
Half of it is true. It wasn't my fault. I got kicked out of MetLife Stadium. It wasn't my fucking fault.
Yep.
Giants are just sore losers.
Yep.
All right,
Wait,
so we're
what?
gonna do a social media post for our fantasy league. We're gonna get that going. It's not gonna be a buy-in. It's gonna be a
free league.
free league.
Yep.
Free league.
Yep. But you can win.
Educational
no,
league.
No, they're gonna win
Educational.
the
Yep.
But it's free to enter.
It's free to enter,
But
you're
somebody
gonna
will
that,
win
that thing I put up
NFT.
earlier.
That's right.
The NFT
Yep. And
Where-
you will own that.
could be worth millions or like $6.
It's worth $271 right now.
Bottom.
So
Davey got a facial. Oh, he posted it too.
Again.
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 all right, so
Tom's a squirter.
I think
You have that sometimes.
I think we should check out a little bit of gnarly hits action.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
See that? Nice.
Oh.
Oh, that's
That
a
was the
count.
kicker.
Was that?
Yeah,
Was that
yeah.
That was the kicker, bro.
That's Jones, baby.
You got to show some LT hits.
What's that?
You got to show some LT hits.
Oh.
Old school.
Fuck!
Oh! He's laying there going, I'm late for the bus, Mom. Ooh.
Fuck, dude.
See, I don't think that should be targeting right now.
No, that's football.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
That's like fucking movie. That's like the program.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, that was a suplex. That was great.
No longer.
Oh. God, I love this game.
Yep.
Fuck. Looks like you lost your bonnet, baby.
He's dead. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Fuck, dude.
Clothesline.
He could hit.
He was a monster at
That's all
linebacker.
fucking shoulder, too.
Yeah. Dawkins was a beast.
Fuck.
Where are you going?
Nowhere.
Oh.
Fuck, dude.
It's like a train wreck.
Jesus.
That's why they don't want any more kickoff returns.
Yeah. Got to ruin it for everybody.
Yeah.
I was just fucking slow. Jesus.
You know, I'm watching these and there's times when like defenders get hit like that or people get hit like that and they continue.
Yeah.
After a nasty hit.
Yeah.
Like even like tearing their helmets off and shit.
Yeah.
They just keep going. It's crazy. You got to be like
Lynch.
You got to be a tough motherfucker.
Yeah, you
to
do.
continue that shit. It's crazy.
You do.
I mean, if you're gonna take a hit like that, like someone like ripping your head off or something, and you keep going, like that's superhuman. I would think, right?
I would say it is.
It's the opposite of soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's an example of it. I think there might be an example of it.
We're gonna
of like just this might be it right here.
I guess it's a cowboy.
Oh yeah, no, it's a cowboy.
I don't know. Just
when they gotta get the Cowboys off on Thanksgiving.
Superhuman.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it kind of ruins the whole holiday.
Yeah, I know.
Superhuman. Super fucking human. Super fucking human.
I mean, come on.
No,
Top
that's
20.
not. That's not.
Show slow motion. Slow motion.
Top 20
Show slow motion.
in the 90s.
Hit play. Hit play.
Lawrence Taylor.
Watch this. Boom. Fuck you.
No.
He stayed on
Fuck
his
you.
fucking feet.
Look at that.
Lawrence Taylor. Come on.
Nah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I'm telling you, man.
That is a man. That is a grown ass man
I'm
right there.
fucking telling you, man. If he hit Witten, dude, he'd be dead.
I might have to mute
dead,
this.
dude.
I have to mute this.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, for copyright.
Yeah.
Oh.
They had to put a pocket on his pants for his coat.
Doesn't matter. Fuck.
They did the same thing for Michael Irvin. Don't worry.
They're like, he would be out all fucking morning, not sleep, and come in and still fucking push that hard.
Michael snorting the sidelines.
Fuck me.
Oof.
Oh, dude.
See, don't tell me that Tom Brady would survive. Aikman survived.
He wouldn't.
Aikman got 3 fucking Super Bowl rings.
Aikman was scared of that man.
Yeah, as you should be, but he
Everyone
still
was
survived.
scared
But
of
there's
that
no
fucking
way
man,
Tom
dude. He
Brady
was
would have
coming.
fucking
He was
lasted.
fucking coming, dude.
There's no way he would have lasted. No way.
No matter what, he was fucking coming. Oh, dude.
Fucking.
Oh, was that fucking that was who's our old coach? Redheaded stepchild.
Garrett. Jason
Garrett.
Garrett.
That was Jason Garrett.
Yep.
Is he still assistant for Giants?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
the OC.
Yep. Oh, dude, the fucking man was amazing.
He was actually he was playing for the Giants during 9/11.
Bam.
LT was? No,
Garrett was.
Garrett was.
Garrett was.
I think you ought to look up Derek Thomas's game against Seattle with 8 sacks. We're throwing it around the room.
Might as well.
That's right.
That's fine. 8 sacks.
7 sacks. Yeah.
7. Yeah.
You showed me this.
It's just like
Yeah.
he's just unblockable. Car crash.
No free advertising, CCV. Fuck off.
Is that Dave Craig? This is a ridiculous game.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, he's done.
Wow.
Neil Smith.
That was a slip.
Yeah, you don't have to watch them all.
No, we don't.
No. I'll watch them tonight. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. All right. So look out for the post for the fantasy league.
Yep.
Yeah.
We still have the our discount code on
.com.
Use 10-0 as your promo code. You get 50% off. You get 10 free gifts, and you get free shipping.
movies.
Free movies too as well. Go check out Bro Basket.
Bro Basket.
It won't put Pornhub out of business, so
Yep.
go ahead and get it.
Bro Basket. Get all kinds of cool shit. We have a bunch of stuff coming.
Football season is upon us.
Yeah. Fiddlehead. We've still been hitting
9 days.
So
9 days.
All right.
Oh, the bet was the first bet was the 7 points.
oh yeah.
Oh, for the first game. That's right. Okay. Yep. So if the Cowboys lose by more than 7, done. Now, what if it's 7 exactly?
It's a push.
It's a push.
There's no win.
No win.
No win, no loss.
7 exactly. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Cowboys going to win.
So we got that. Okay.
It's gonna be a last second field goal with like 3 seconds left to.
Oh yeah.
Still win.
And then also the Great Ape
To make it 8.
Society for the NFT. Thank you. Check them out.
Oh yeah. And Raise Energy, RAZE, Raise Energy drinks. Use code 10-0. You get some free gifts and some stuff off there.
We've been sitting on that, bud.
Promo.
He's been sitting on
You
it.
been sitting on that, motherfucker?
Which is new. So Raise Energy,
Dude.
check them out. RAZE.
I love energy
They are
drinks.
actually sold at Vitamin Shop. So if you're local, Vitamin Shop on Dorset Street. But if you order online, use code 10-0. And yeah,
That's
Make
10 ZERO.
that is 10-ZE.
Thanks for sitting on that.
It just happened.
Like right now.
I'm sorry. No,
That
but
just happened.
Motherfucker.
you know.
All right, cool.
So.
Hey.
Thank you, Davey, for
Absolutely.
your expertise.
Oh yeah, I really
Appreciate it.
So thanks guys for hanging out, and yeah, see you next time.
awesome.